All Stars of ASEAN 10 Manchester United. Mang Mang Luin gave Ruben Amorim's team even more misery in Kuala Lumpur by scoring the lone goal in a postseason friendly, with Maung Maung Lwin giving the ASEAN All Stars a friendly victory in a humid Kuala Lumpur. After the season, Manchester United has fallen to a new low during a low-intensity run-out at the National Stadium in front of an enthusiastic crowd. Ruben Amorim made 16 substitutes. This included the majority of his well-known players, including Bruno Fernandes and Alejandro Garnacho, who were brought on at halftime, but none of them were able to do much as they lost once more. And halfway through the second half, Burmese winger Lwin, who has 2 goals in 20 Thai League games, scored the lone goal after Adrien Sages' defense-splitting pass, forcing third-choice goalie Tom Heaton to take the ball out of his net. On Friday afternoon, United will play a Hong Kong selection under similarly difficult conditions. These are the key lessons learned from yet another strange and depressing day for Amorim and his team. The tremendous acclaim Harry Maguire received each time he was handed possession demonstrated that he was the most popular person in Kuala Lumpur. Even though there was no real threat, there was a huge cry as the England defender reached the end of a long corner, and the loudness rose every time he received and completed a straightforward ball. As a result, Maguire's triple change after 30 minutes was very disappointing. But at least for his personal advantage, he was not present when United fell behind. Slow start. At the same time, United started to play some cohesive football for a short while. For the first half, they were second to aid in heaven, especially when Hailong and Guan gave them a rough time. However, the addition of a few young players gave the ecstatic guests extra vitality. Shaw Lacey and Jayden Kamasan both took initiative, and KBY Manu, who Maguire had given the armband, was a standout in midfield before he was replaced. After Fernandes and Garnacho were substituted at halftime, United ought to have performed better, but they continued to struggle. It's hard to identify anything that remotely resembles a positive feature of Hyundo's Hollanden because his first touch and control were all over the place, in yet another exhausting duel for the center forward. His lack of confidence necessitates a significant reset. However, whether it is possible in the offseason is uncertain. With all that has happened in the past 2 seasons, Old Trafford is beginning to feel like a place that cannot be unlocked, but there must be a player there. Garnacho is back after being benched until late in the match against Tottenham last week. He may have been urged to find a new club, but he came on tonight and did contribute down the left flank when many of his teammates hardly made an impression. Although it is unclear what will happen to Garnacho, it does seem strange that United would allow one of their few long-term promising prospects to leave, regardless of the possibility of conflicts. Barata's comments: a gigantic cardboard check worth $1 million in local currency, or around £175,000, was on display prior to the game, and over a dozen dignitaries were on the field for ceremonial handshakes. Omar Barata, the chief executive of United, was also present at the event. He acknowledged that the team's strategy in the summer transfer window had to be prudent, following a difficult season in which they had to make a number of tough decisions.